Welcome to Deep Thought, clearing your mind before making love. And this is a request by one of my loyal subscribers, beautiful sister, Paige Ryan. Clearing your mind, because y'all would probably wonder why I have this on the Deep Thought channel, right? In general, understand that spirituality and sexuality are two sides of the same coin. That's the greatest secret. Indeed, a person's sexual nature can be an indication of their spiritual nature, because the energy of spirituality, the energy of the universe, is a sexual energy. And I know with the Abrahamic religions, and most of the religions in the world, there's a separation. But see, that separation was intentional by, elite people who wanted to keep people from realizing their true divinity. But that's another conversation. Clearing your mind before making love, right? One of the biggest things that people have a problem with really enjoying sex is that they go into a session. They can know they're about to have sex, make love, whatever term you want to use, but they still got the world on their mind. They, what they had to do that day, the bills they had to pay, dealing with the kids, dealing with trifling people walking down the street. And so when they come to make love, they still there. They still there. They still in their head. They still thinking about all that, even while they in it. They in the middle of a stroke, right? They up there stroking and stuff. And they still thinking about that ticket they had to pay or that boss. So they bringing everybody into the room. So yeah, you bringing a lot of stuff into the room. On a larger level, you are bringing a lot of stuff into the room with you. So how can you really make love to that person? See, it's a two-step process, right? It's a two-step process about clearing your mind. Some of it is before you actually make love, and the other stuff is while you actually making love. The first part of the process is just letting all that stuff go before you even get to the session. And see, the way to do that is to start making love to that other person beforehand. Now, we always talk about foreplay, but foreplay starts way before you see that person. It starts even before you get to that, it starts even before you get to the person. It can start, and you don't have to start that day or, an hour or so. It can start weeks before. And it starts in your head. It starts with your imagination. See, when you know you're going to get with that person, or at least want that person, you start thinking about them in your imagination first. Now, this is something women do anyway. They do it naturally, even if they don't know it. And it's something men have to do. And it has to be in terms of making love, not just, I know with men, our tendency is to think, we just humping and all that good stuff. But no, really making love to that woman beforehand. Taking time with the foreplay, just imagining and just feeling it. You start feeling it at first. See, once you start making love to that person in your mind, you already get your body ready to make love to them in the real. Because the imagination will start changing, getting your body ready for it. They'll start getting your body ready for it in the sense of, it's saying, hey, this is happening. Because the subconscious don't know what's going on. Subconscious doesn't know what you're sending it. And you sending it images of being with that person. But see, then what happens is the subconscious will start changing your mindset. It'll start getting you ready, start helping you to anticipate and everything, right? So, in the process of that, you gotta let all the stuff go. It's like, yeah, that person cut you off. Let it go. Yeah, your relatives being trifling. Let it go. Keep that focus on what's going to happen. Look at the bigger picture. That was just a moment. Don't dwell on it. Don't dwell in the past on it. And then don't have anxiety about what could go wrong as you making love to that other person in your mind. Now, on a deeper level, energetically, they're going to feel it, even if they don't realize it. So you start with that, making love to them in your mind, letting all that other petty stuff go, right? You want to just do that. In fact, one thing you could do, even when you know you're not going to make love to someone, just get in a process of letting stuff go anyway. Don't be the type that's going to dwell on something a long time once it's past. The past is the past. Learn from it, but then move on. Because once it's happened, it can't come back. But you can prevent it from happening again in the future because you know what to do. All right, you letting the stuff go. Now, the second part is actually when you're in the presence of that other person. And this is very important. Foreplay is very important, not just for the woman, but for the man. See, a big complaint, though, and this is for the men listening, because I got a few women, but for the men listening, a big complaint women have is that men don't take their time. We try and get to it and stuff, and, we give them that good 3 minutes, because 75% of men don't last more than 3 minutes, and we trying to bust a nut. Especially for the man, we want to be in the moment, but the women as well, because sometimes you get some women on the same thing. Don't think about a goal, all right? And then, especially for the women, start making love to that man. If he's that type of man who's trying to get all into it, just say, hold up, baby, stop. I got my things I got to do, You start off, and you just give him the message like, nah, this ain't going to happen quick. You're going to take your time, right? If he's not going to do it on his own. You don't have to say no, stop, and all that. You just have to say, hold up, baby, take your time. Take your time. I mean, yeah, the man should know it on his own, but in this culture, most men's idea of sex is from porn. They don't make love in porn. They don't have foreplay in porn. They just have sex. Not even good sex, really, if you want to be honest, but that's another thing. But both parties need to be insistent on taking your time. Y'all not going anywhere. And especially for the man. Especially for the man. 10 minutes each. 10 minutes minimum each on her breast. Because that's really around where her sexual center is, not her vagina. 10 minutes each, just start there. Enjoy it. Have that. Here's the thing. Once that woman is naked in front of you, look at her and shine your light on her. The very nature of a woman is that she wants to receive energy from a man. In fact, a woman can have an orgasm without the man touching her. They actually do so on a basis every day. Like a woman can just see a man and have an orgasm. Or just get attention from him and have an orgasm. Her body start to change just from attention from the strong man. So what you want to do as men, you want to lay her on the bed, get her neck, and then just admire her. You need to look at her lovingly, right? You need to look at her lovingly, And the woman, you need to do the same thing. Sometimes women get into sex and they like, okay, I'm going to lay here and let him do his business. No. Show that man you enjoy him. You enjoy his body. Just like he's enjoying yours. See, a lot of men don't realize it because they don't get it. And ladies, that's a way you can make love to him. He's shining his light on her. Reflect that light back onto him. And see, all of that, in order to do all of that, you have to be in the now. Once you're in the bedroom, leave whatever happened during the day outside the bedroom. You know? And this is tougher, but as best as possible, leave past lovers outside the bedroom. You know, and that's a little bit tougher because that gets into some deeper stuff. But to the extent you want to be in the now, don't worry about what's happening with the kids, you know. The babysitter got them, or if they old enough, they probably ain't going to wreck anything in 2 hours. But you want to be in the now. You want to focus on who's in front of you. You know, you two want to admire each other. You know, sit there, have the lights on. You know, have the environment clean, have some nice candles going or something. Focus on what's right in front of you. And I'm going to tell you a secret. By focusing on the now, of course somebody hits me up. By focusing on the now, you get to, you actually stretch out the amount of time that y'all two are making love. Now, as I said, the average man only lasts 3 minutes. You know, the actual intercourse could probably last 15, but if you focused on the now, it will seem like an hour. It would seem forever. Have you noticed, like, if you totally focus on the now, a minute can seem like 5 minutes? It's not going fast because you're not concerned about time. And this is especially for the men. Don't think in terms of ejaculation. Most men have sex to ejaculate. Think in terms of enjoying the feeling now. And that's women too. Because sometimes women get into that. A lot of women don't really enjoy sex. They just enjoy the feeling of making that man come. But see, both are wrong. You want to enjoy the feeling that you feel. You know, you want to be in the now. You want to bask in that energy. You know, forget everything else. That's how you do it. And once again, I know some people say, well, what does Tantra, which is, you know, a lot of what I discuss, have to do with spirituality? Or deep thought. We can't separate sex from how we think or how we move. In fact, most people's mode of behavior is based on their sexual nature, whether it's repressed or whether it's free. So it's all connected. So anyway, that's the key. Clear that mind up. When you go into a session of making love, it's all about the being in the moment, getting the feeling. So anyway, that's it for today. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings. Keep rising and transforming.